So Shay, how do you achieve peak performance, you personally? What does it mean to you? How do you know about this stuff? This is a question I got multiple times after my post last week about peak performance. And this is a journey I've been on for a very long time. And long story short is that life was always good to me. I always felt life was easy. Everything I ever wanted to achieve, I did it. I got it done. And I always worked through it. Don't get me wrong, there was hard work involved, but I always had confidence that I would get it done. I played international sports for my country, table tennis. I became pretty good at golf and soccer. Everything I do, I wanted to be the best at, so I worked really hard at that. Then through my career, I became an engineer. I studied hard in college, got my degree. Then I got a job and I kept getting new jobs and better jobs. So life is easy. And then I set up my own business. And that started going very well. I remember having a conversation, it was like 2009, with my business partner at the time. Everything was great. I remember us cheering a glass of wine over dinner one day, how good life was. Then within all a year, things changed. Life was great until it wasn't. And that was the first time life got really difficult for me. So that was 2009. And my beliefs, everything, my belief systems, everything were all questioned. I had to challenge myself. What happened? Why couldn't I see this coming? Why did things not go very well? And business got very tough at a recession. And then I split up with my wife. So I went through, and this all happened at the same time. So life got pretty bad very, very quickly. And yes, I fell down. I fell down quite hard. And I was completely taken aback about why couldn't I deal with this? Because I always dealt with things over the years. And it was tough. It was very, it was the first time my belief systems were questioned. First time ever. And I realized that I'm not so bulletproof, that I am fragile. There are limits to everyone. And then I was going away with my folks on holiday. We're going to Spain to the family place. They took me away. And I just picked up a book in the airport, something to read. And I saw one of the books stand out. It was a red cover Tony Robbins book, and it just stood out. And I think it was called Awaken the Giant Within. And it was what I needed to read at that particular time. And there were some amazing nuggets in that book that really made me think, well, we're not indestructible. And you're not supposed to be. These things are supposed to happen. And then you build a journey going forward. And that set me on a journey of building up who I am. And I went very much into the research, and I was lucky enough to have great friends around me who are experts in all things psychology, behavioral economics, and they helped me build my path forward. And I've been on a journey ever since. And going back to my goals, I was always very proud of all the stuff I achieved. But I decided to say, well, how do I achieve this? So I decided to write a book on it. And I wrote the book for me. So I wrote this book quite a long time ago. And I still have the book written. I haven't shared it with the world yet. But I wrote the book for me to teach me what this crazy brain knows and how I can help other people. Firstly, help myself. So I wrote a book on goal setting and goal achieving. And I created my own 7-step process. I took all the things that I did in an ad hoc fashion and structure them into a process that I call Conquer Your Goals. Conquer. Not about setting goals, it's about achieving goals, conquering them. There is a big difference, right? And that applies to all the different mental skills, attitudes, mindset, interpersonal, and then the skills I need for the particular challenge that I'm going to take on. I got into a boxing ring with someone 10 years my junior, never fought before. I trained like an amateur for 6 months, and I raised a lot of money for charity. I took up long distance running very late in life, and now I do marathons. I do marathons over hills, over mountains, because I've set myself a mechanism of how I'm going to achieve it, and it's all the mindset skills and then the skills I need for whatever challenge I'm going to take on. And this is how I build my process, and this is how I've built my mechanism of how I move forward in life, how I help myself, and then how I help my comrades and my colleagues and my clients in terms of how they achieve what they need to achieve. And there's multiple different mechanisms that are required to achieve something. So even if you talk about business, how do people achieve things in business, right? It's all about relationships, right? Relationships are built on you first and foremost. What are the personal mindset skills you need to get up every day and be the best version of you for you. And then the skills you need to be the best version of you for other people, so you can build those really good relationships, and not just relationships with your direct team. What about people in other departments that you have to work closely with, those cross-functional relationships? Then about the leadership skills you need to move up the chain, build strong career paths. Then on the opposite side, outside of all the personal skills, what about the business skills that you need? Business skills, what are the foundational skills that you need to build on that will work for you in every job you will ever do? What are the ones that will cross every department no matter what you do, or managerial level too? What are those core business skills? But then about whatever you're doing, whatever your business team needs you to achieve, what are those subject matter expert skills that you need? And how do you package them all together so you do achieve? By wrapping it around in your routines, your attitudes and everything, so it's you. It's not this complicated thing that you have to think of this and this. No, it's how you build you, so how things become natural to you. How do you do a little bit of learning and development every day, a little often, so you become a little bit better. You work on marginal gains, that 1% that accumulate and compound over time. When you do this a little often over the course of a year, you become really good at all these different things. This is what I've built over the years. This is built from my own struggles and personal experience, how I've helped myself, and now how do I transfer that knowledge and expertise to other people, whoever I'm helping, whether it's business or other people. So this is how I do what I do. And this is how I'm going to be sharing over the course of the coming months of how I can help you. And if you have any questions at any time, please don't hesitate to get in touch, because I would love to help. In the meantime, this is Shay saying, have a great day.